What's going on, guys? My double chin's out. It's been a while. Been busy with Thanksgiving and stuff. But I am trying to get some work done on the old David Brown. I've got the steering valve rebuilt and some other stuff. But right now, I gotta put this tire. I gotta put this tire back on the old cart, and then we'll get the steering put on the old David Brown. So hang with me. Hey. Oh, I'm taking my own picture instead of stopping the stupid video. All right, so I got the valve here. I took this thing to work and tore it apart, rebuilt it. Couldn't really film it work, but just a little bit, and I will insert that footage right here. All right, so I bought this thing to work and took it apart. It's got a valve body. The pin goes all the way through it. On the other side, rings and stuff. I'm gonna order a seal kit for it and try to fix it. It's got an inner ring that goes on the inside, and an outer ring that fits right here. When you take it apart, make note, you're gonna have a pin like this and a ball bearing. Ball bearing goes in. It's hard to see. That's where your one with the pin goes. Ball bearing goes in that hole, and it looks like it's probably going to act as like a check valve. So I'm going to order the kit for it and try to repair it, put it back together. So the ball acts as a check valve between the feed and the return back to the tank, best I can tell. Also, when you pull this shaft out, it's got a bearing sandwiched in between these two pieces. You see one's thicker. Gotta keep those in order. But, there it is. And there you go. So, but you can look on YouTube, and if you look up orbital valve, it's not really to show how it comes apart and stuff. There's not really, there's seals here. So what looked like the main culprit was this clamshell seal right here. And there's an O-ring and stuff in there too, and I replaced all that. This seal kit is for a bunch of different ones. I just ordered a universal kit. It was $70 shipped. I decided not to get the Polish one because it was going to be $110 plus $35 shipping, so that's $175. And then there was no guarantee that it was going to work. So if I had to send it back, that's shipping too. It's going to cost me like $200 anyway. So I was like, well, I'm sure this Danfoss one's better and I'll just rebuild it. But one thing I've got to do is try to fix this line where I collapsed it, trying to get it off. So, the guy I work with told me to try this. He said, get a couple dowel rods and drive these dowel rods up in there. See if you can't straighten it out. I was gonna leave it, but it's pretty restricted. It's pretty twisted. So that's what I'm gonna try to do right now. Okay, well, the dowel rod didn't do it. It's obviously a steel line. So I took a punch, drove it up in there with a hammer, expanded it, and it's still twisted. Maybe hard to see, but it's definitely opened up a lot more, and I'm gonna leave it. And one of the reasons I'm gonna leave it is because on this end where it ties into the pump, it's actually brazed onto a different line and it's actually smaller. So I'm like, well, smaller there, maybe it won't hurt if it's smaller over here. So what I've decided to do is put this thing together as a unit. I took it off piece by piece. I'm gonna put the whole unit back together. The steering wheel, shaft, bracket, valve, all on there together, and then stick it in there. So that's where we're at. All right, well, I got it bolted back together. It was a little bit aggravating. I don't think I would have been able to bolt the individual components back together on the tractor. The only thing I've got to do now is this cavity right here. It's hard to see. There's actually there's a bolt right there, and I don't know what that bolt's for, but if you didn't know that bolt was there, I don't know how you'd ever find it. I don't know what it may be to break the tractor in half. I don't know, but if you didn't know that bolt was there and you were trying to break this tractor in half, you'd be SOL. It can't be, because I don't know what it goes to, because it looks like a tractor breaks in half right here. I don't know what it goes to, but anyway, it's in there. And that cavity, stick a mirror down in there, it goes all the way down in the transmission case. And they had some silicone on it, so I'm gonna try to find some RTV and put on there, and then we're gonna put this thing on. Well, I got that part back together. I went ahead and put this side piece on because it's got the shut off on it. We'll go around the other side and look. It was a real struggle, as most things working on old stuff is. It took me a while to get these fittings started. I ended up having to, in fact that one's still loose. I ended up having to loosen the bolts and let that thing, the valve, drop down a little bit so I could have some play. Turn it back and forth. Get them things started. But I finally got them started and tightened up. So now, what I'm gonna do now is, I've still got this bad oil leak with this inspection plate on that nut right there. So I'm gonna try to pull it off. I'm afraid I might have to try to pull this. That's the reservoir for the power steering fluid right there off. It's not gonna be easy, but we'll see. Wish me luck. So I ended up taking the reservoir off. It had some, it's got rubber hoses that connect it to those two pipes right there, so let's loosen up, take them off. And then I pulled this bolt out. So when it leaks around that bolt head, and I don't really want to take that off. So I'm gonna try to find an O-ring and put an O-ring on this thing. Maybe a copper washer. Let me see what I got. Let's see what I got. All right, I got a copper washer on here. I don't know what's behind this inspection plate. Like I said, I really don't want to take it off. It's real dirty, there's a lot of dust and stuff. This thing's going in weird, but it came out weird. Or like it's hard and easy. Okay. All right. So, get some light on here. All right. Maybe that'll do it. Let me put the reservoir back on, and then it's fairly warm. It's like 60 degrees. This thing might try to crank. We'll see. All right. Got everything back together. Let's do this. Let's see what she'll do. If she'll crank. Well, she's getting fluid, getting fuel. might crank. Battery might go dead. She wants to crank real bad. It's gonna get smoky in here real bad. Yeah. I knew that was a problem, but it wasn't like that before. Let me get some towels. I guess I'll have to go to the store, hardware store, and get a piece of hose. I gotta go get some more power steering fluid anyway. I wanted to go check and see if that thing was leaking, that bolt I took out. I didn't see anything, but you saw it only run for like 30 seconds. So I gotta run to the hardware store. Real smoky in here. Let this smoke clear out. Give me a hose. Get some more power steering fluid, and we'll try again. All right, here's the deal. This was extremely rigged up before. So this piece of hose, somebody's put a sleeve inside of it where it would fit this 1/8" line. And on this end, they had the end of the hose over top of this fitting, like that. And so I need to find, I guess this is 1/8" copper tubing. And give me a short piece. I thought about cutting this off and having it stick out, but I would need a ferrule to go on there, and I can't find one out at the local hardware store. But I don't know that that's 1/8". You see they got it like brazed on to like a bigger size there, but it's definitely smaller than 1/4. So I'm just gonna try to fix it right. I'm not gonna try to rig it back up the way they had it. So I'm gonna try key term here, to fix it right. And so I'm gonna have to find some material and order some material and go from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video now. I can't really run it because I ain't got that return line, so I can't really tell if the power steering's leaking, worked or not. So anyway, I'll order some stuff. I'll go to Lowe's, see if they got some 1/8" copper tubing, and see where we're at. Anyway, thanks guys, appreciate it.